Now, an Emeritus Newsbrief, I'm Lynn Huston. By a vote of 61 to 37, the U.S. Senate has passed the economic stimulus bill. It's now in a conference committee to work out differences between the House and Senate versions. The goal remains to have it on the president's desk by the end of the week. Congressional leaders promise to finish it before they leave for the President's Day weekend. Meanwhile, Secretary of the Treasury Tim Geithner detailed the administration's new program to make financial institutions accountable for the rest of the TARP fund bailout money. The plan includes a new public website to tell taxpayers where their tax dollars are going and the return on the government's investment. A public-private investment fund, commonly called a bad bank, to buy bad assets to free up more credit. And infusing another $1 trillion into the lending initiative to jumpstart loans into the economy. But there were doubters on Capitol Hill before the House Financial Services Committee. Fed Chairman Bernanke was grilled as to whether the Fed really has access to all the money it claims it can use.
Our likely losses are quite small. In fact, while I haven't put together numbers, I would guess that the profits that we make on our lending programs would be a very substantial offset to any losses that we might make.
As for the markets, they took a dive today on all this Fed talk. The Dow lost more than 381 points. The Nasdaq lost 66.83. Latest layoff news, General Motors says it'll have to lay off another 10,000 salaried workers as part of the promised restructuring in the bailout it is getting from the government. GM says it's also trying to shed another 21,000 hourly jobs, including those who are taking the latest round of buyouts. So far, no firm numbers on the latest round of takers. Wal-Mart announcing a reduction of 800 jobs at their Arkansas headquarters, with some of the jobs moving to other locations, including New York City. GE Transportation, the maker of locomotives, cutting 1,550 jobs, a big drop in orders for the year, cited as the reason. More on all those stories on the Emeritus News employment page. Investigators have found what may be salmonella in a peanut butter processing plant in Plainview, Texas, owned by Peanut Corporation of America. The Texas plant was uncovered only recently as federal and state investigators traced salmonella-tainted product to the company's Georgia plant. Investigators claim company officials tried to hide the existence of that Texas plant, which was not licensed and never inspected. A criminal probe involving PCA continues. And in the latest major cybersecurity fiasco, hackers have made their way into 45,000 Social Security numbers and other personal data in a server operated by the Federal Aviation Administration. The FAA has notified both its employees and retirees. The investigation continues to track down the offenders. The hacking apparently took place last week. The latest on the biggest issues and public policy at emeritusnews.com. That's an Emeritus News Brief. I'm Lynn Huston.